In this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step how you can build out your very own AI agent that day trades for you. Now, you no longer have to spend hours upon hours on end going through so many news articles, social media posting, all news events, trying to figure out whether or not you should go long or short in any stock or ticker that you specify to this AI agent. I'll walk you through everything from start to finish to show you exactly how you can build one out for yourself. So if you stick around to the end of the video, you'll see how it's all done. So if you like this type of content, my name is Palmer Joseph. I've been playing around with NADN for quite a while now. I absolutely love it, and I actually think you will too. So if you like this type of stuff, make sure to hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, and hit that notification bell because I got a lot more automations coming your way. So make sure you stick around to see all that come together. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay guys, this entire automation you see right in front of you right now, this is going to be very, very helpful for you if you do day trading like myself. So if you want this entire JSON file for yourself right now, all you got to do is click on the link in the description below, join my free community. Once you're inside, this is what it's going to look like. All you got to do is scroll over to the YouTube videos resource section, find the relevant video, click on it. You'll get the exact JSON file. It's not this one, obviously, but click on it. You can download it to your computer, and all you got to do is come back to NADN, go into the top right corner and the three dots, click on that. Click on import file, find the file that you have downloaded from in your computer, and you'll get this pasted right into your profile. So obviously you're going to need NADN because without this, it's not going to work. So if you don't have one yet, all you got to do is go in the description down below, click on that link. You can try it out for 14 days for free. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to love it because this is amazing. This is going to make your life so much easier. All right, so let me do a quick demo just to show you how this performs so we get the output that we truly want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on execute workflow. Starts off my Telegram trigger, so I'm just going to talk to it. Hey bro, I am looking at Bank of America. Let me know if this is a good time to trade, and if not, what's up? Just tell me. So what it does, you can talk to it whichever way you want. It's going to transcribe your audio. It's going to go to code node to extract the actual ticker, and then it performs a search over all the candlestick data for the 5-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour, also the news over the last week. Takes all that information, extracts it, and combines all that into an output that we truly want. So let's take a look at what it said. Bank of America is telling us to sell. Entry point is there, stop loss, take profit, and justification. Tells me exactly what I gotta do, and that is how it performed. Super awesome. So that just shows you it works. So let's get into the actual build so you can build this out for yourself right now. Alright guys, so there's going to be 5 different phases to this whole automation, and basically it starts off with obviously the stock or ticker that you want to research for the AI agent. It gathers all the data through 4 different HTTP nodes. It combines everything, and it analyzes through 2 different AI agents, and then it gives you an output at the very end. So let's walk through each one to show you exactly what you can do and how you actually build this out for yourself. So obviously, this starts off with a Telegram trigger. All you gotta do is go to the top right corner, click on a plus sign, type in Telegram, click on this guy, and then scroll down to the bottom where the triggers are, and we're gonna choose on message. Okay, once you click on that, this thing will pop up. Super simple. You need to connect your Telegram credentials. If you have not done so, this is out of the scope of this video, but if you want to learn how to do that, all you got to do is click on the top right corner in the card there. Walks you through the whole process. It's 4 minutes long. It's super simple. I just want to keep everything on track and not waste your time because I just don't want to waste your time. Anyways, once you have that set up, everything else is still the same. Just have it set up to your credentials that you're connected to. Once that is done, let's move on to the next one. Next is a code node. All you got to do is come to the top right corner, type in code. You get this guy. This is optional. All right, this is completely up to you. I watched this from another YouTuber that says that you need to put this in if you want to have this in production, because if you don't, basically all your messages can be seen by everyone else, and this is just here to anonymize the whole thing. So if you don't want to do that, just copy this exact same JSON code that you see in here. All you gotta do is change this ID to yours. And how you get this ID, just gotta go into your Telegram. Once you have that set up, go back into the settings, type in search, type in get ID bot, you find this guy, type in this exact same prompt, this /start, you get your chat ID. As you can see, mine ends in 0249, 0249. So put yours in, you have your own specific one. Don't use mine, it's not gonna work, okay? It will, but it'll just do it for me. So either way, again, use your own. Once you have that set up, good to go. Let's move on to the next node, and this is another Telegram, and what we're doing here is we're gonna get the file, okay? Top right, type in Telegram once more. Let's find get file. Get a file right there. Click on this guy. Once you do, again, connect it to your Telegram, which you already did previously. Everything still remains the same, and all you gotta do is click on a file ID. So let's execute the last steps, and let's go with let's bring it back to the beginning. Hey bro, I'm looking at BNS. Tell me if that's anything good or not. What's up? Now we have that gone through, you have some information or data. Let's push this through. Now we have something to work off of in the input style. Because remember, everything on the left side is the input, middle is the configuration, and everything on the right is the output. Now that we have something to actually input, this will be green. So what we do here is we actually just drag our file ID, and how we get this guy is scroll down until you find this guy right here. Because remember, it's a voice. We talk a lot now rather than text. I prefer to talk, but if you don't want to do that, that's fine, but I talk. Anyways, just drag this in. You're good to go. Click on download, done. Execute the step. Good. Now we have a binary output or binary data as an output, which is perfect. Now, what we have to do is we have to get transcribe audio, and click on the top right there, type in OpenAI, and we are here to transcribe a recording. So click on this guy. Once you have that, you are good to go. Again, you need to have your OpenAI credentials connected. If you don't have that and you don't know how to do that, we'll keep everything as strict as possible to this video. But you can click on the top right corner in the card there. That'll walk you through. Again, that's another 4-minute video. Walks you through the whole thing. Extremely simple. Once you have that done, everything still remains the same. Just remember, the input data field has to be data, because this has to match whatever on the left side is for the input. If this somewhat says something else other than data, then you change it to exactly what it is. But since it is data, done. Execute the step. This is going to transcribe the exact recording that I had said. As you can see, it says, hey bro, I'm looking at BNS, blah, 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 blah. Perfect. Now that is the output. What we do now, it goes down into the data gathering phase. And here, I have another code node. Again, top right corner, type in code, pop this guy in. This is a JSON code. I don't know what the hell this means, okay? What I did here is I actually went into Claude and asked it to basically transcribe. What I'm telling it is this the input, this is what the output I want. I want the output to strictly be the ticker that I have mentioned in my audio recording, okay? So again, I have no idea what this is, so you can check this out. If you want this whole file, like I said, all you gotta do is click on the link in the description below. Join my free community. It's all gonna be there for you. But if you want to build this out yourself, then again, just go to Claude, tell exactly what you want. So let's execute the step and let's see what happens. So as you can see, this only has an output from everything that I said that I want BNS, Bank of Nova Scotia, I believe. Perfect. Now we have data to push on to the succeeding nodes, because that's what we want to do. Done and done. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. We're going to do 4 different HTTP request nodes, and how we go about this is we're going to type in HTTP, get this guy, this will be blank. We're going to do this 4 times. We can copy and paste it twice, but let me show you what you got to do. So first off, we go in here real quick. This looks like a whole mess of garbage. So how I got all this information was I went into polygon.io. So once you go there, this is the exact website as it is. Make an account. It is completely free, so don't worry. It's not going to cost you a dime. I just want to show you through demo purposes and how we go about this. So once you have that set up, this will be the dashboard. This is going to be the homepage that you see. And what we need to do is get our API key. And as we can see right now, it's the very bottom here. There's lots. Get on this guy. Obviously, just copy it. You can copy it as it is. Copy that. What we have to do is take that back into N8N, and we need to create a header authentication for it. So again, once we have everything blank in the HTTP node, what we got to do, click on this guy as if it's brand new. I'm going to break this little connection here. Double click on this guy, and what we have to do is make sure that we give it a header authentication. Okay, click on this little drop down, click on generic credential type. We're going to choose header auth, and we're going to choose the little drop down and create a new credential. Okay, name it to whatever you want. I'm just going to type in polygon demo. What we put in name is authorization, exactly with a capital A in the very beginning. And what we do for the value here, change that to expression. It's got to be bearer space, then your API key. That's exactly what it is. I'm going to leave it as that, but I'm not going to press save because I'm not going to save this. All right. That is just for demo purposes. That's how you get your header authentication code. All right. Done and done. Let's close this guy. Come back into our 5-minute chart. This URL is a little bit harder to find. So I'm going to walk you through how to get this. So let's go back into the Polygon dashboard, and how we go about this is we actually go to API Quick Start. Click on this guy, brings you into this mess. So what we do here is we're looking for the aggregate bars. So looking at custom bars, and at the left column here, click on this guy. And let me explain to you what I did here. So as you can see, what we're looking for is this query URL. It's a GET request. This is a mess of crap if you don't know how to read this kind of stuff, because I don't. So, but I'll walk you through exactly what you got to do. So you can just copy this guy if you so choose to, or you just copy exactly what I have in my N8N right now. So as you can see, HTTP API polygon.io blah 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 ags ticker. Same thing here, adds ticker, and we gotta substitute the ticker here because this is for Apple right now. And since we're gonna be changing this up every time we speak to it, we obviously have to make it a variable. So we obviously drag in the actual ticker from the previous node in the extract code node. We drag that in here, and as you can see, this will be what it is right there. So if I drag it in, right in between the two slashes, I'm not going to put it in twice because that'll just confuse the hell out of it. So that's how you get it. Range is 5 minutes because we're doing this for every 5 minutes in the 5-minute candlestick charts. And this is basically telling it that I want to look for all the information from today going back 24 hours. That is basically it. Okay. Then once you have that, perfect. You can just copy and paste it. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the time. So instead of 5 minutes in the previous one, we're going to change it to 15 minutes, keep it as minutes. And this time we're going to change it up to everything from today going back to the last week. So that is why it says 7 days for the last week. That is how we're going to find all the information for the candlesticks for every 15-minute charts over the last week. So that's great. I actually forgot to mention, if we go back to the 5-minute chart, before we actually copy and paste it, obviously, like I showed you a second ago, you made sure that your header authentication has your API key, it's connected to your Polygon API. Everything else still stays the same, but you are good to go. But yeah, you just copy that and put it into your 15-minute chart, and you copy it one more time to do this for the 1 hour. So I click into this. Little changes here. Again, the same ticker, but this time the range is 1 hour, because before it was 5 in here and then minute. Now we're doing 1 hour. So make sure you change this to 1 hour. If you want to do 2 hours, then change it to 2. But make sure it's 2 hours. This time frame here is anything from today over the last month. That is why it says days 30. That is how I got it. Everything still remains the same. Header authentication for polygon.io. Your API is already installed there. You're good to go. Okay. Lastly, this is another HTTP node, but you're not copying and pasting this because it's a little different. So we double click into that. What we're doing here is, again, it's a get method, but this time we're actually trying to find the news. So all we got to do is change the ticker up. So just copy this as it is. It's super simple, but you can change this up. This is a variable that you can change up if you want. You can get a limit for the last 5, or a limit or max of 5 news articles over the last week. And that is what I have set up as. So again, connect it to your header authentication for Polygon. We're going to turn on query parameters. Make sure it's user field below. And then for the query parameters, what we want to look for is typing in for the name is from. Okay? Because the value here, what we're going to put in is today minus 7 days, because we want to get all the latest news articles over the last 7 days. And we have a limit of 5. You can change it to 10, 20, whatever the hell you want. But I'm just doing this for demo purposes, so I'm doing it for 5. The more, the better, more data for the AI agent to actually filter through to determine whether or not if it's a good time to buy or sell, or whatever the case may be. But again, I want to make sure that I have everything set up for the last 7 days. You can copy this as it is. Super simple. You just type in 2 curly brackets, fill this in, type in $ today, type in dot, and then you can fill this into whichever way you want. If you want over the last 2 weeks, then change the 7 to 14. You're good to go. Now, I'm not going to press execute on each step, because if I execute each one, it just does each one. As you can see right here, it just does each one. So what we're going to do is we're going to merge these 3 candlestick data into a merge node. So type in merge in the top right corner, you get this guy. And what we do here, if we double click on this guy, keep everything the same, but we just have to change the input, because there's 3 inputs, because we have 3 different candlestick information for the 5 minute, 15 minute, and 1 hour. So make sure it's 3. Plug them all in there. So obviously 5 goes to input 1, 15, 2, 1 hour, 3. Once that all is done, let's press play so it gets all that data here. Now we have output of a shit ton of crap. Okay, there is a lot of data here for the AI agent to go through. If we're doing this as human beings, that is too much. That is too much. Next, we have this go and filter this out into a smaller combination for the AI agent to actually understand, to go through all the information that it's actually extracting. Now, how we go about this is we get an aggregate node, top right corner, type in aggregate, click on this guy. So this is what you get. All you have to do is, on default, it says individual fields. Click on a drop down. Make sure you click on all item data into a single list. Everything still remains the same. Execute the step. Boom. Now everything is now 1 item rather than having it 3, as you can see right there. Right? 3 items output. Now it's down to 1. Next, we're going to go into the next AI agent, because this is a merge node to combine everything together. So before we get to that, actually, I'll just play this. Okay. So we'll get all the execution. It's going to take in all the data for the last news events for the last 7 days, goes through that to your first AI agent, and then gets all that data and merges it together with all the candlestick data so we can move on going forward from that. But to get this going, again, just type in merge in the top right corner, same thing. But this time, we're doing it for 2 inputs, okay? Because we're getting the output from the first AI agent and the output from the aggregate node with all the combination of all the candlestick data. But let's move down to the AI agent, the first one, to actually combine and get all the data or information from the news events for over the last week. How we do this, top right corner, type in AI agent, this guy right here, click on that guy, you get this guy. Now, this is a little bit different. So this is my actual Outlook or sentiment agent, whatever the hell you want to call it. I just consider it as an Outlook. All right. Everything still remains the same. The prompt is what we're going to get from the previous results. And what we do here is we just drag all the results from the previous one, drop it in there. As you can see, there is a ton of crap. Okay. Because there's a lot of results and this is going to go through all of that. Imagine you going through all this yourself. That is a lot of information. That's going to take you hours when you can have AI do this all for you in like a matter of seconds. So as you can see, this is the output that's going to go through. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Everything still remains the same. Make sure you toggle on the specific output format. I'll get to that in a second, but make sure you have that toggled on. The most important is a system message here. So let me show you what I put in. This is to give the AI agent an understanding of what its purpose, what its role is, and what it is doing with the information that it had been given. So as you can see right now, it says you are a trading and financial outlook analysis assistant. You'll be given a stock ticker because I gave it from the previous other nodes. So I gave it a stock ticker and a collection of news events for the past 7 days related to that ticker. Your task is read all the news headlines, determine the overall sentiment, positive, neutral, or negative. Provide a short summary. I just want it for 2 or 3 sentences. You can change this and customize it whichever way you want, but it's completely up to you. If you want to keep it exactly as default as how I set up, take my thing right now, or you can just pause this video, copy it as it is, and you're good to go. Identify recurring themes, risks, positive catalysts, blah, blah, blah. Output the analysis, and I want it to come out strictly in this format in JSON. Okay, so ticker, sentiment, summary. The rules: only output valid JSON. Do not include any text outside as JSON object because I don't want it to give me an explanation for what it's doing. This is a lot of reactive prompting. So there's no, if there is no relevant news articles that are found, because it does happen, just make sure that sentiment is set as neutral and just tell me that there's no major news events found for this week. Perfect. Now, let's come back into the output parser. Besides this, I had to give it brain, so just come back into this guy, click on the bottom left here for the chat model. If you click on that, you can choose your chat model. I chose 4.0 mini. You can choose whichever one you want. The higher ones are the better ones. Again, I'm just doing it for demo purposes. You can go for ChatGPT 5 if you want, or 4.1. Up to you. I'm just doing this for demo. Change it to whichever way you want. Next is the output parser. Again, once you have this toggled on, you get a little new branch, like on the bottom here, and you click on this guy, and I pasted in this exact JSON file, as you saw in the previous one, inside the main agent, because I just want to make sure it knows how to output this. Again, I just copied this, I came back to the output parser. So you can just copy and paste this into exactly as it is, as you see right here, and you'll get the output as I have shown you, which is perfect. So we have a ticker, sentiment, and summary. Perfect. Now, this goes into the merge node like I showed you again. I'm just going to press play. I'm going to waste some tokens, but it's probably like fractions of a penny, so I'm not really too concerned about it. This time, we had all the input from the candlesticks over the last 15, 5, and 1 hour data, and also the news aggregation from the first AI agent. It's all merged together now. Another aggregate node, again, top right, type in aggregate and get this guy. Double click into that. Make sure you choose the exact same one. On default, it says individual fields. Choose this one. Everything still remains the same. You can execute the step. Now we have all the output into one item. Perfect. Okay, now that we have all the information gathered from the candlestick data for the 5-minute, 15-minute, and 1 hour, along with the weekly or last week's news articles, now we're going to create a new AI agent to combine all that information to give us output that we truly want. And how we go about this is go in the top right corner again, type in AI agent, get this guy. Now, this is going to get a little tricky, so follow along with me because I really want to show you how to go about this. Again, I just named it trading agent, whatever you want to name it, cool. This is all different. So let me blow this up really quick because we don't want to give it a user prompt or user message to understand what kind of information it's getting. Now, we're going to give it all the time frames that it's actually going to scrape through and look at. So how we get this guy is a little trickier. Again, since we had an aggregate node prior to this AI agent, we're going to drag this guy in as it is. But that's incorrect because we scroll all the way down. This is the output. It'll just be object, 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 object. Obviously, it won't know what the hell to do there. So how we go about this to fix this, go in the very beginning there, make sure it's in capital letters, type in JSON as it is, dot, stringify, bracket, another end bracket at the back there, and as you can see, it's exactly the same. So now it has all the information that it gathered from the previous aggregate node, and it can skim through all that. So a lot longer rather than just object, 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 right? Now, we also want to give it a ticker to look through. So how we go about this, we go to the Outlook agent previously, because remember we had output set up in a way where it's ticker, sentiment, summary. So for the ticker, we just drag this guy in there as it is, so you see it exactly as it is, right? Get rid of that. Sentiment, drag it into sentiment right there, same thing right there. And summary, just drag it in, done. So as you can see, the output would be exactly like that. Perfect. Now, we have this also toggled on for output format again. I'll explain to you what that looks like. We give it a chat model. Again, I'm using 4.0 mini. Change it to whichever way you want. Again, the higher the better, but it's up to you. I'm just using it for demo purposes, just to give you an understanding of what I'm doing here. Now, user message is the system message of what it needs to do to understand the role it's supposed to provide to you is this one right here. Let's blow it up. You're an expert training advisor. You will be provided with all the information ticker, all the candlesticks from the 5, 15, and 1 hour price data, overall sentiment and outlook from the recent news over the last week. Your task: combine all this information, tell the user or yourself whether to buy, sell, or hold for a specified stock. If it's buy or sell, if that's what is recommended, then provide an entry point, stop loss, and take profit. If it's hold, then you don't obviously need to tell them anything because it's holding, okay? You don't need to include any of these fields. You can just leave it as NA, not applicable. In every case, provide a concise justification, 3 to 4 sentences. You can change this up to whichever way you want. The rules: output valid JSON, tell us buy or sell or hold. If it's buy or sell, give us entry point, stop loss, and take profits, whatever the case may be. Keep the justification concise. If hold, then leave the entry, stop loss, and take profit as NA because it's holding, right? Now, once we have that done, we have to create another output parser. So obviously you click on this guy, and how you get this guy. Let me just break this off and show you. It looks like that. Click on the top, click on the plus sign, choose this guy. Okay, we're gonna connect this back up again, and let me show you what I did here. Copy this exactly as is because I want the JSON output to exactly give me different results. I want the recommendation: buy, sell, or hold. Entry point, it'll be a number. Stop loss, it'll be a number. Take profit, it'll be a number. Justification, 3 to 4 sentences, explain the decision. That is how I want the output to be. You can customize it to whichever way you want, but that is up to you. So let me just press play and get this guy to execute the information here. Boom, perfect. Now, output, buy, entry, stop loss, take profit, justification, done. Okay, we are good to go. So now we have everything outputted the way we want it. Like I showed you in output parser, this is how I truly wanted it to come out. Now I can parse this out, map it into my Telegram message to let me know what to do, if I should buy, sell, or hold. So next, last one is output response. How we get this guy: top right, type in Telegram, click on that guy, and we're going to choose send a text message right there. So click on that guy. Once you have that guy in, again, connect your Telegram credentials, the resources message, operations send a message, chat ID like I showed you a second ago. Go into your Telegram, type in get ID bot, you get your ID. Cool? Cool. Put that in there. Now, what's going to change up here is that we are going to give it basically all the things that we have mapped out from the previous node, which is our trading agent. So I give it a ticker, which is the extract ticker. Obviously, we get that from our code node, or you can pick it out from whichever way you want because we want the Bank of Nova Scotia, so it'll be exactly extracted out as a result like this, right? Recommendations from a previous trading agent, we just drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop, blah, 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 blah. That's all you got to do. Now, if you execute the step, it'll give us in Telegram exactly what I wanted it to tell me. So there we go. DNS, all that information exactly as it is in here right now for me to know whether or not what I should do with this trade. Oh, last thing is going to the bottom here, click on add field. It'll say append NNN attribution. Turn that off because that just annoys the crap out of me. If you want that there, cool. If you don't, follow along. Now, that is complete. This is an entire workflow. Now you have an AI agent that can day trade for you, tell you exactly whether or not you should buy, sell, or hold with justifications along with signals, entry points, stop losses, and take profit. All done for you in a matter of seconds rather than you spending hours upon hours going through all the news articles over the last week trying to get an idea or a feel for whether or not you should buy or sell. That is how it's all set up. So if you found that video helpful, then take a moment to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, hit that notification bell because that lets me know I'm doing a good enough job. Then I'll keep on making these type of content and automation for you on an ongoing basis to show you exactly what you can do with end-to-end to make you more productive, more efficient, and more of a superhuman overall with the help of AI. So if you want to see more automations and workflows from me, all you gotta do is click on the card somewhere on the screen, watch along, and build along with me because I got tons more for you, and it's gonna be an amazing ride. So until the next video, I'll catch you then.